Hello, my beautiful fragrance family. Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification. I'm just going to keep on bringing you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews, that $40-ish and $100 range, and most of these are way less than that, and a good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. And I got a few fragrances I want to go over. Very unique video. This was a recommendation by one of you guys. I thought it was just an awesome recommendation. He said, why don't you make a video that if you had all the important people in your life all together in one place, what fragrance would you wear? What would you want to be remembered by all the most important people, the people you look up to, family members, just everybody? What would you want to wear? So let's go ahead and get into this and how I actually came up with the winner. So the way that I came up with the winner, right, there kind of had to be checklists. There had to be rules. It couldn't just be it didn't necessarily have to be a warm weather exclusive fragrance, but it could not be cool weather exclusive because I live in Florida. So that eliminated so many beautiful things that I love, that I think just, they're classy, you know, Bentley Intense, things like these two right here. Adorn and Rifacat, Baby Cat and Tuxedo. Adorn is a very, very beautiful, creamy vanilla patchouli, almost like aquatic, and just a romantic, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, but cold weather. Rifacat, leather and spices and a little bit of smoke and like resins and vanilla, super classy, confidence like crazy, but cool weather, and the performance is good on those ones. So I couldn't, you know, there's so many. Afro leather, there's so many that I just love the scent profile so much, but they just will not work. So what are some of the more versatile ones that I think would definitely work, right? There was ones that, you know, they're one of my favorite scent profiles. You got your things that are like Maison Wave Parfum Pour Homme. It's just not one that I kind of want to. It didn't have enough Shazam, you know, it didn't have enough sparkle. I wanted something that was a little bit more interesting than like your, you know, your Bleu de Chanel style thing. So what about, you know, something like this? It's been one of my favorite fragrances. I'm not a Ventist out. I hope I never do get it. When I mean get it, I mean I hope I never get a Ventist out. I got like probably a dozen fragrances that are inspired by, maybe more, very well could be more, but this is my favorite of all of them. It's the richest. The rose is beautiful, that woody, smoky, pineapple, rich, just earthy rose. I think it's gorgeous and it lasts so long, but it's a bit loud. It can almost be obnoxious. It can almost be a little bit too attention grabbing. I feel like it's not subtle enough. It's almost, it almost shouts too much in my opinion. I love it, but it just didn't quite make it for this exact thing. So unfortunately, had to not go with this one. Aqua Essenziale Blue. Another one that's kind of in that Bleu de Chanel style, but I think that this is a little bit different. This has like greens and stuff like that. Let me get in the air real quick. It has its differences. It definitely has its subtle differences. It's not as crispy. It doesn't have as much grapefruit and like that ginger pop. This has bergamot, but I think the lavender, aromatic lavender kind of overtakes it a little bit. Gorgeous. Didn't make the cut. If you guys know me, for those of you that have followed me for any kind of amount of time and watched more than, say, a dozen videos, you probably already know which one it was going to be. And I was trying to see if it could be anything else because there is other good options. For example, Jean Lo Immortal. That was this close to being on here. There's several of them from Mod, which are like your Pacific Chill, your Afternoon Swim, Day Dive. You know, you get the idea. All of those, not quite the exactly what I'm looking for, but the one that just always works all the time for me. Old Faithful, off Non-Tarathi Blue. It has just the right amount of that spice on top of that tart citrus, grapefruit heavy citruses, but grapefruit heavy, just the right amount of spice, musk, woods. It's fizzy and bubbly like champagne kind of, a little bit of a bubble gummy nucleus, just like a little bit of that sweetness. Let me just do myself a favor, treat myself for a second. I love this thing. I love it. I wear this so much. I mean, look at the juice level in this bottle. And I have Rubroca, which smells kind of similar. Immortal, well, Rubroca is almost identical. Immortal, which is very similar. I have, there's just other fragrances that are similar to this one, but this is the one that just always works. The performance is decent. It's a 6-hour fragrance on me. Yeah, off Non-Tarathi Blue. This is the one that just always works so well for me. It works in our winters here in Florida because they don't get that cold. It's wonderful in the summer and the spring. I just love to shower myself in this thing. It's like a 9 out of 10 now. I'm going to go ahead and say it's a 9 out of 10. If it performed better, like if this was a beast mode, I would go ahead and say this is a 10 out of 10. There's a little bit of synthetics and stuff like that. It's not the perfect fragrance. It's really not. There's even fragrances that I mentioned on here that I do kind of maybe like the way they smell better. Off Non-Tarathi Brown is a great contender. But this is it's just so universal, you know? It's so, what would you say? What's the word that I'm looking for? Versatile. That's the word. I had to get that thing. Get the same amount of like citrus that's in Bleu de Chanel, right? The way that the grapefruit and the ginger, the way that crispiness, the way that it pops, that's how it's used in this. Toned up a bit, you know? But there's this spice on top of it that's kind of replaced by the incense, I would say. Like this has a lot of similarities to Bleu de Chanel, but it's like spicier, right? So that's like a super cool thing. I usually love incense, but for me, the spice and the musk and everything, yep, it's just the winner. That's what I'm going to say. So with that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always. And until next time.